Hi everyone, I'm Jackie and we are enjoying life's journey while on the path to financial freedom. Welcome to the channel. Welcome back to another weekly paycheck to paycheck budget with me. We're going to be budgeting out my husband's check for August 9th. So basically we're going to take a look at what we projected to see if we were accurate, and then we're going to project out the 16th as well. So if you're interested in seeing how we do a zero-based budget for an irregular income, let's jump on the Excel sheet. All right, so I have a little note up here saying don't forget to change the percentage. So if you watched last week, I had changed our overall budget percentages right here. Paying ourselves first, I changed to 12%, but I forgot to do it for the weekly, so I have to make that change. So I have a note here for myself to make sure we do that. And the necessities, I changed to 65%, but I forgot to do it for each week as well. So for the second, we're going to leave as is because those numbers are already, it is what it is. It's come and gone. So we're going to go ahead and make the adjustments moving on from the 9th through the rest of the month. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do that real quick. I have here, because I had 12.5%, I'm going to change that to 12%. And then I am going to just drag this little square in the bottom over to the other one, so it'll automatically fix that for me. And then same thing for the 65, we want to change this. All right, and then the other one we changed was the paying off debt. We were going to do 8%. Okay, so that should fix some things. Now we have to come through for the income for what my husband really got. I totally miscalculated his overtime for this week. I think when I was looking at the calendar, I was looking at his hours from the week before, so I need to change it. So his base pay was the $790, but his overtime was actually $275.94. So I was quite a ways off, but that's the way it goes. And then myself, I did $255. So originally, if you guys remember, I think I had on there $144. So I actually did better than anticipated that week. We're going to make these black because those are the actual numbers for this week now. Same thing, cash back, we officially got that amount, so it was actually $23.19. So that was actually a little bit better than I anticipated, so that was good. All right, so then for the 16th, we're going to project out my husband's base pay of the $790. Now, he's in construction, so at some points they have a ton overtime, like you see on the second. And then there's somewhere they weren't planning on having any overtime for the 16th. I was going to budget without any overtime. However, they did end up doing 2 hours yesterday, and my husband said they're supposed to do 2 hours today. So let me just add that. All right, so we're actually going to estimate 4 hours of overtime for next paycheck. So we're going to say $118.52. So, and hopefully I'm a little closer to what I thought. And then for myself, half of what I made doing DoorDash was $40.17. So that's what we have going on. So now let's come back down here. We're going to go through here like normal. I'm going to just make sure that this number matches what the paycheck was. I think it was a little bit different than what I anticipated. It was actually higher. It was actually $121.28. So I'm going to delete out the emergency part of that. I'm going to make this black because that came out of my husband's check already. We're going to leave next week projected at the 8%. And then for the emergency fund, basically what was left is $40.02. We're saying it goes into the emergency fund. I'm actually going to make this black because I did already transfer money to the accounts that they need to be transferred to. For next week, we'll just take what was left, this $41.16, and we will add that to the emergency fund. Okay, and then coming down to giving, we're going to leave as is. Let me just open this up. So I have this auto calculating 5%, dividing it in half between gifts and donations. So this month, really all we have for gifts is my daughter's 5th birthday, so we'll be using part of this money as like her birthday party. We've already invited some of their friends over, and then tonight Ricky's actually having a few friends over, so we will use some of this gift money to purchase, you know, food and drinks or whatever for them to come over. Then the donations, this is going to sit in the savings account for this month because I'm not sure which charity we want to donate to. We have a few charities that we donate to that deal with like natural disasters. So a lot of times those we don't donate to until something official like came up. So, you know, it's monsoon season is about to get started here in Arizona. We know there's been some activity of hurricane and stuff like that going on, hurricane season, so most likely we'll be donating to something in that regard, but we'll leave it for now. So basically we should be able to do about 67 and 47 for giving. And then taxes, I do need to change this week's taxes based on what was actually on my husband's paycheck. So 55.13, 25.10, 21.98, and 93.99. For next week, we're going to leave the estimates based on the percentages, and we'll just kind of see how that goes. The family life insurance was the $5.59. That should be that for next week as well. So we're going to make these. Oh, and then the long-term disability for my husband for that was actually $5.46. So we're going to make these black because those already were paid. You can see we already have some negative numbers here, so we got to fix some of this stuff. I'm going to go ahead and fix my daughter's commission jobs first. If you notice, I added $1.85. My husband ordered the parts that he needed, and it was $1.85 more, so I just added it from this paycheck. What we're going to go ahead and take off this is from the truck payment. So we're going to delete the truck payment out, and what was left. So the $101.67 will go towards the truck payment. So our electricity, so I'm super excited because the solar is officially working. So we got the bill from our APS company, and our bill would have been like 100 and something, like 115, but the solar produced over $250 worth of solar, so we don't owe APS anything, which is the point. The idea is that the summer months it creates like an overage that should cover what they're not creating in the winter. So this $81 is supposed to be our bill to the solar company, to Sunrun. I keep looking on the website. I haven't got a bill yet. I haven't got anything in the mail. The account online isn't showing that anything is due yet, so I have the money there. That's supposed to be our monthly payment. I'm going to have it ready. We'll see when that payment officially comes due. But the solar, you guys, I'm so excited that it's like working, and not only have we basically cut our bill in half by going to solar, like the overall electricity bill that's being charged from the solar is still lower because now we're getting like a $30 something credit for having the solar, and then we're not paying like some of the delivery and service charges because we're not having to have electricity brought to us from the grid. It's already on the roof, so it's pretty cool to see how it's working. So yeah, so $81 is supposed to be our payment for solar. We don't know when it's due yet, but we have that handy. All right, so for this current week, then we've zeroed it out. So let's go ahead and make all of this orange because this is what we have now. So if you guys aren't familiar, black means it's money that's spent and gone, or I make it black when I put it into a savings account if I'm trying to tell my brain that it doesn't exist. Like sometimes we have to just tell ourselves like out of sight, out of mind. These basically means I have this money for the bills sitting in our necessities checking account, just waiting until they automatically come out. All right, so now if we come on for next week, we need to finish out the truck payment. $268.16 should finish out the truck payment. So the actual truck payment is $369.83. So I've been budgeting the $370. Now I'm going to budget the actual amount that it is. So that is what that is. So we have that there. Gas, we finished out. Let's see if we have anything else coming down here. So the girls' commission jobs should be here. So now, if you notice, we have $205.73. We need to tell it where to go. Now I have one of two options. I could either put it into the household stuff because there's things that we're trying to purchase for the house, or I could start building up what we need for the mortgage. I'm going to go ahead and put it in the household. So $205.73. Now the last two paychecks should cover what we need for the mortgage payment. And if for some reason it doesn't, then I have really messed up my math. So basically, for the household, we wanted to get our entertainment stand for the TV, but also we are looking at getting a shelf for the garage. So the shelf for the garage that we know we want is actually on sale, quite a big discount, so I think we're going to go ahead and order that first. And we've also already spent some money for the household. So I think we're going to focus on that, and then whatever is left will roll over, and most likely we will not be able to get the TV stand until next month, but we'll have to see. Same thing, this personal care, we're probably just going to bring it into the household for that. So we'll see what it looks like at the end of the month. We need to delete these out real quick because we're changing this. So we're going to, here's another mistake I made, which that's okay. So we set up the truck for automatic payments, and this was our first month. August 5th was our first date that it was due. So on August 5th, it hadn't come out of the account yet. I logged on, and they mentioned that the first payment may not take effect as automatic payment. I logged on, and it said the next auto payment was for September 5th. So I thought, oh, it didn't go through. So I made a payment of the $369.83. I made that payment, and then the auto payment did go through. So technically I made 2 payments on the truck payment, which is fine because now we're basically a month ahead. The goal originally, though, was to put this extra money towards the mortgage. That's okay. It went towards the truck. The only thing that kind of sucks is that it wasn't all towards the principal. It was just considered an extra payment. So part of it still paid interest and part of it still paid the principal. But what are you going to do? So $107.53 from this paycheck is going there. And this is black because that has actually, that's what we did. And then I need to finish out what that amount would have been here. So that's actually going to be $59.85 will need to come out of next paycheck to make up that $369.83, my little mishap. But what are you going to do? So I'm going to make these grayed out because we're not going to make that extra on the mortgage, but it's still going to debt, so that's okay. So then the $16.05 will go to the mortgage. So we should have, the next 2 paychecks should have some more money to go towards the mortgage payment. So we'll see how that goes. Coming on down to finish this, so we're going to leave this eating out to finish out our eating out. We are going to have to take some of these out because, as you see, we have a negative $30. So the date night money, we're actually just going to do $69.63 because that's what we have left. So for we're going to make these orange because now we have that money. And then so you can see now we have a 0. So we've told every dollar where to go this week, and we need to finish out for next week. So next week we're going to finish out the date night money. So that would put us at $30.37 to make our $100 for date night. We're going to go ahead and do our Netflix payment. And then that gives us $54.67. So we'll do $54.67 towards the YMCA. YMCA doesn't come out until the 1st, so we have plenty of time to fix that, to add to that from the next. So the next 2 paychecks, we'll finish out the YMCA and our travel savings account. We're going to save. Don't forget to save as you're going. Right? And I'm going to show these over here, at least once a month I'll show what we got going on here just so you guys can see. So in our income account, we basically have 30 for personal development, then we have the girls' commission job. That's basically what's left in there. And then as you can see here, we have our bill money ready to go. So this one you see is actually negative 42. So this is what we've spent on the Discover card towards household already. So when my husband gets paid next week, we'll go ahead and make that payment. And then you can see here the negative 59 was what came out from the truck. So we'll be paying that back next week as well. So we kind of made those little mistakes. But we still have eating out money. We still have date night money. We still have grocery money, and some bill, like the bill stuff is coming up. And then our emergency fund is officially up to $1,602.85. So we're definitely making some progress building that back up. Our 401k is up to $4,866. So that's looking good. Robinhood is at this one actually went up. This is at 183 now. Savings, so we do have some giving in the savings account right now. Until we actually need to spend it. And then we have, these are some other sinking funds that I am doing moving forward. So personal care and household care, I'm starting to build up stockpiles for certain things. So I bought a whole year's supply of toothpaste, which costs $12. And so I put an additional $12 in savings. So now I technically have like 2 years worth of toothpaste supply. I have 1 year on hand, and I have the money. So once we're done using the 1 year of toothpaste, I can buy the other toothpaste. I know that might sound weird, but this way it can earn me some extra interest, and it's kind of like already having kind of like an emergency fund for that. And then this was the sponges for the washing the dishes. I bought a year's supply, which cost me $6. So I have a year's supply on hand, and then I went ahead and put a year's supply worth of the money into the savings. So I'm going to kind of continue through the household like that. So later this month, I'm hoping to add, maybe have the year's supply of toilet paper, a year's supply of paper towels, and then put the equivalent of that, what it costs, into the savings account. Just something I'm messing around with, something I'm trying. So we'll see how that goes. The $94.55, this is for the motorcycle insurance, and actually out of this $293.97, I actually need to transfer $18.91 to here. So I'm glad I went over this with you guys because I'm just catching that. The girls' savings account, my oldest has 107, my youngest has 43. And then so far savings for the vacation, we're at $177.97. And then you can see this is our Discover card, so this is our current balance. I just went grocery shopping and spent $101.76. This is kind of like a little, like a week and a half worth of groceries. And then we still have a few other things pending. So our current balance on our Discover card is the $116.71. But as you see, we have the money in our necessities account to pay that. We're just waiting for those to post, and then I will make the payment for that. So like I said, I like to share that with you guys. Oh, one thing I started adding on here, I started putting the due date, but I also put what the balance is. So the house, our balance now, our mortgage is at $152,553. So this way you can start seeing it count down, so to speak. And then I'm going to start adding on here the truck payoff. So that way it's something I can glance at as well. But we'll also be catching up on our net worth progress report, so you guys can see that as well. Thank you for joining me for another Paycheck to Paycheck budget with me. Stick around. Like I said, we're going to be getting caught up on our net worth progress report, so you can kind of see how investing and paying down the mortgage has helping our net worth grow. As always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon. Bye.